Right, hang on. And I'm going to mute myself because I'm a talk to peoples. Hi. Thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. How you doing? How's everybody doing? How's it going? And all that shit. We're doing Phasmo. I'm so excited. I don't know why I like this game. It's repetitive as fuck. Hello, my love. It's repetitive as fuck. But I love it. I'm gonna get princess treatment. Hope everybody's doing well. You're having a fun weekend. I honest to God thought it was Thursday for a second there. Not even gonna lie. Yep. That happened. I always forget that line's in this song. It's like, oh. So we're just gonna hop into it. We have friends in chat. I should probably actually put them in the title. That would be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? Ta-da! So we're going to see some spooky, scary ghosts. Potentially. Because they do like to pick on me. I think it's because I'm pale enough to be one of them. You know what I mean? They're just like, that one. Wrongin'. But let's see. Go join everyone, shall we?
Go back to your card thing now.
No.
And then click the see above your card. There's like a little box with a pen in it.
Yep.
If you click on that, you should have a card you can put on your thingy.
I have a special badge.
Yeah, you do.
There it is.
Hey!
There it is.
Right, just while I type the code in, I've went back onto the chatting screen.
That's right, you can only have a max of 4 players anyway, so when everyone's in, no one can just join randomly anyway.
Still.
Is Mike coming back? Oh god, he's there.
I'm back! I'm alive!
Just don't make the mistake I made and play it on VR. Oh, I won't. Don't worry. Don't have to tell me that. Fuck that shit.
So I was doing the training, right? And I couldn't figure out I couldn't figure out the fucking EVP. I was sat there for ages, asked the right question, and I was like, "Are you friendly?" And then all I heard in my headset was, "No, I'm not." I was like, "Okie dokie, right, we're done with that."
Interact with that tree.
What the fuck are you doing?
And then if you go back to your card,
Under, are you okay? Right, you all like have to change costumes here so I know who's who.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Hang on. I'll change someone.
Are you guys doing this in VR?
I am a random woman.
I'm Alanis Morissette if you bought her on Wish. Oh, that's a bug. Hello. Someone's ass was in my face.
You're welcome.
Oh, let me just, there we go.
Okay, down and go.
Right, so either Cyber or the Midget King need to change their face.
I'll change if you want.
I'll change it, hold on.
Oh god.
I gotta.
Oh, he's already changed it, alright.
Right, ready. Up. At the door near the truck, you can see a ghost. It's turning to Is this turning into Ghost Hub? I mean, probably. At the door near the truck, you can see a ghost. What?
What?
I see no ghost.
I see no ghosts. What you talking about? Wait, I'm waiting.
Do you mean through here?
Do.
Oh, you can't because of the decorations. There's a door by here. Usually we look through it and there's a ghost.
Oh.
Oh, I can't see through there.
Yeah, there's a tree.
Because of the decorations.
However, these decorations, right? Some of them, when you're in the actual hunt itself, will this one work as an example? Yeah, sort of. So you can morph into them. And if they're big enough, you can hide in them and not get attacked by the ghost. The key is finding out which ones are big enough.
I would like you to know that I haven't. This is the first time I've touched this game, so if I
am stuck in a corner. I'm free.
This is gonna be great.
I would like you all to know that I am new.
That's fine.
I don't
He's the
know what
newest
I'm
member
doing.
of the team.
That's fine.
But
Is
I am
everybody
going
readied
in
up?
as
Yes.
a true newbie with a pip
No.
in my step and a buzz in my hat.
Everyone is
I can't
readied up?
study you.
I'm minding that.
They're on mine.
Ugh.
I can't start it. It won't let me start it.
Hang on, I'll try readying up again. It says everyone's readied up on my screen. Is it because Maxwell hasn't done the tutorial?
No, it's I could start it earlier, but I think it's because we waited so long.
Oh. Re-ready!
Yes,
Do I need to ready up again?
Yeah.
Yeah, just re-ready it. Yeah, me. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Nice.
Excuse me,
God.
coming through.
Right, there's a lot of new stuff on here you might not have seen before.
Most of it, yes.
Yeah. So, crucifix. You've seen them?
Yep.
You know what they are, yeah? You put them down to prevent a hunt. You got parabolic microphones, motion sensors, headgear, which is a torch. So everyone got one of it.
I'm gonna walk around with a cross so I can go. The power of Christ compels you.
You've got to place them on the floor though for them to work. Otherwise they don't work.
Do you know how to use the
We don't have to
computer?
use-
No.
So when
I
I've
think
set a
we've
camera
well
down,
established.
yeah, when I've set a camera down, you can click the mouse and it'll go to the camera. So you can view to see if there's any spirit orbs or dots or... Who just left?
Me.
Ah.
It's fine. You guys, you teach them.
One way that you might know if you're in the place where the ghost is, if you don't have any equipment that's going to show you, like, you know, temperature or camera or something like that, your breath will be... You'll be able to see your breath. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's if it's like cold outside, you should be able to see your breath.
If you happen to find a cursed item, try not to use it. We will die. It'll be funny. There's hiding places. I think I might do what Terry does and point out where the hiding place is.
That's fair.
Once I've put the camera down, because I don't have any space right now.
Oh, the rabbits. That's cute.
So, like, in cupboards, so like in the closets and things like that, if they're empty, or lockers in here, you'll be able to hide in them
Oh, okay.
if you're getting hunted. Unless it's a
dining
Dagon.
room.
It's a dining room, okay.
Oh.
Unless it's a Dagon, then you aren't hiding from shit ghost orbs.
Nice.
Oh.
So if you go into your evidence thing, Max, you bring up your journal. I don't know how
That-
you do
Right.
that on PlayStation.
That'll be press the touchpad in.
Right.
And then you go on the evidence bit. If you click on Ghost Orb, it'll cancel out some of the ones at the ghosts at the bottom. That's one piece of evidence we've got. Yeah, you just got to get 3 pieces of evidence, and then you've got the ghost.
Dot fucking bitch.
Oh, I get you now. Right. I
So
get it.
if you're back in the van and you click on the mouse, you'll be able to see through the camera and you'll see ghost orbs and you'll potentially see dots.
Right. Oh.
Right, what else have we got? EMF. Salt. Put the EMF back.
Right, so the UV stuff. Whoever got a UV, who's got a glow stick?
Me. Oh, someone else has, but me.
Yeah. So the UV stuff will only be when he interacts with stuff in the ghost room. So it'll be here. And if it runs out, just re-interact with it again, the glow stick,
Yeah.
and it'll shake it and light it back up again. Oh,
An event.
ghost event.
I nearly shit myself.
I nearly pooped.
I was like, okay. Oh, I'm fine.
That's another event. Don't worry.
Hello, stranger.
Ooh,
There you are.
the temperature thing's going mental.
I can hear my heartbeat.
Yeah.
It was did a ghost event, so don't worry about it.
If you keep going back to the van, keep an eye on your sanity. Because the lower your sanity is, the more inclined the ghost is to fuck around and find out.
Have we taken a picture of that salt?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Good girl.
I know what I'm doing.
Hello?
Right, I don't think there's UV because that's 2 lots of salt it's walked through.
Yeah.
One thing I learned, if they walk through salt like this, it can't be a wraith because they float over the top.
Yeah. No, they just
So-
avoid the salt altogether. They won't
Or
go
they
anywhere
avoid it
near
altogether. So you can
Yeah, they
cross
won't
off
go anywhere,
wraith.
yeah. Oh, it's gone for the next one. I got this one.
Okay. I need to go get some more shit. Like a torch, so I can be like, this is where you can hide, guys.
Right, he just tried to hunt. See the crucifix there, just burnt? That means he's just tried to hunt. So you get 2 uses on the crucifix.
Right, we need to repel a ghost with incense when it's chasing someone. Oh, that should be fun. So what do we get? We've got dots, ghost orbs. Can't be a
I haven't
wraith.
found the cursed item yet.
I'll try the spirit box. We already got dots.
Is it Frank? It is Frank. If you see a bone on the floor, let us know. So we can take a picture of it and then pick it up.
So we've got a yokai, a
bone.
Raiju, a Yuri, or a
Yeah.
Thea. I
could
don't
be
think
like
it's a
a-
Thea.
A leg bone, a skull, a hip. It could be a rib cage. It could be
I thought you
anything.
were going to do the bone something.
I was so tempted to start being like, that bone,
It's connected to the knee
hip
bone.
bone.
I have a hammer.
A hammer in the morning.
Magic killing.
It spoke to me.
Oh, no.
It's a yokai.
Oh, lovely.
That's not lovely.
Totally.
Okay, that's nice. Go away now.
Stop talking to me now, please.
Yep, done now, thank you.
I would appreciate it if you stopped talking to me. I'm going to go down into the basement.
The problem we have is we now need to
Send in.
haha,
Okay, nope.
take
not
that,
going
you
into the
piece of
basement.
shit. Siege your ass. And then escape. Dropping in to say hi while eating my food before work. Hello, thank you for dropping in. Did I get it? No, I did not. Fuck.
It wasn't a hunt. I thought it was. This might be though.
Oh no. Who's still in the house?
Me.
Oh, I hope you're hiding.
Get the fuck away from me, you goddamn ghost!
Why the fuck do you have a hammer?
Because I am a hammerer.
Oh.
I don't know. I just found it and I thought it was interesting.
Everyone's right. Dan, you see this yellow injection
I'm
thing
dead.
here? You need to shoot up. Oh no. Oh, you did the thing though. Well done.
Yay! Cyber did a thing.
Did you also take some? You need to shoot up.
What am I shooting up with?
The yellow thing.
Heroin.
So you grab the yellow thing. What the?
Okay.
There we go. And then you inject it. Just press
How do
X.
I do that? I see.
Right, so... Oh, no. Why did you have to die?
We've done the objective.
I mean, I know, but...
To be fair, we know what it is. We could just leave.
I need to at least get a picture of your corpse. Right, you two...
Did you say you found a spirit box?
You two stay in the van and watch on the camera.
Okay.
If you want to... No, I used a spirit box. If you want to stop the camera from turning, you need to press R2 on the dots again. On the arrows, even.
Shoot up again before you go in then, Panda.
Ooh, will I grab it there? Do I have one? Yes, I do. Still taking another one. Right. Enjoy watching me die.
I believe in you.
I believe I'm gonna fucking die. Oh, there you are.
Yes, I was getting chased.
Hello.
I was running for the door.
Right, I'm gonna try and get a picture of dots.
Uh,
Did you get a pic? I'm assuming you got a picture of that.
the first one, yeah, there's still one left on it. Oh, you silly Billy.
Rotate the camera.
Whoa.
Then. Rotate it.
I already took a picture of it.
Well, tough. I've done it again, haven't I?
Authority.
Oh, it actually counted.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we
Okay.
can see inside your head, Panda. I would like you to know that there's nothing there.
Where's the second crucifix?
Someone's got it on their person by the looks of it.
Hang on then.
I still don't know where the bone is, so you could find that, take a picture of that.
Hi, Terry. Which one of you has the crucifix?
How do I know?
Press triangle. You will rotate through your stuff.
I do not have it.
The midget king has been awfully quiet.
I think he's concentrating. Hi. Just know that if you go in there...
I'm gonna die?
No, you might be okay, actually.
There's a high chance you might die.
Yeah, you probably die.
Oh no, Cypher! You're fine.
Yeah. I love how he says, oh no, Cyber, as he teabags him.
Yeah. Anyway.
Maxwell can teabag me as much as he wants.
I didn't teabag you.
Oh, hang on a minute. I haven't got a fucking torch on my head.
You have, you just haven't turned it on.
No, I don't. I've got the camera. So technically someone
No,
could
you've
stay in the
got something in
van.
your head.
Yeah, someone could stay in the van and watch where I'm going.
Okay.
Watch me die.
Maxwell's gone.
Is this not the camera? Oh,
The
no,
torch.
That's
Right, just remember
Is
if you
this,
turn too
Cyber's
many
stuff?
lights on, the power will cut out. Yeah, that's Cyber stuff.
right, I got you. Do.
I want to try and get a picture of the dots.
His bone is eluding me. Don't know if it's because I can't see it.
I would
'Cause
put
I'm
that
dead.
back down if you wanted to actually protect us.
Oh, okay.
Do you know how to put it down properly? You press R2.
Yeah,
So when you
don't
pick it
just throw
up,
on the
press
floor,
R2, and then you can place it on the floor with R2, because otherwise, yeah, it won't work.
It won't let me do that. You sure it's out too?
It's probably because it's been used already.
No, there's still one left.
Oh, there you go.
You think you were trying to place it inside something?
Yeah, R2's not working.
You sure it's R2?
Yeah. Oh, L2, sorry. Maybe
Ah, yeah, it's L2.
it's one of them.
It's L2.
Oh, I just missed dots, I think. Oh, no, it was chair. Woo!
There you go. So
We're gonna die!
where's the other one to?
Don't
Hey,
know.
that foul beast!
Right, let's just go find the bone, shall we?
I've been looking this whole time. I can't find it anywhere.
It has chance to be inside one of the fucking thingies.
I know, that's what I mean. These decorations are dreadful. They should be gone.
Should we just skedoodle?
Well, I'm dead, so it doesn't make a difference to me.
This is true.
Can we not take Cyber's body with us?
No.
You need one more photo, though.
Ah, Cyber, we can't.
One more photo.
You need one more photo.
Bury
See,
you, Cyber.
you need to find the bone, because then you'll have a perfect investigation.
Well, I need to have a torch on me fucking head.
Could it be in the basement?
Well, I dropped one.
Leave me alone, you spooky bitch.
I heard that.
She's hunting, I think.
I just fucking incensed and no, it wasn't a hunt, it was an event, but it was a hive. Oh, we all have like, I have the highest sanity. Oh no, I left the house. It's hunting. It stopped.
I'm wondering if I can't see the bone because I'm dead.
Oh, and of course it puts dots there when I've left. Fuck's sake. Actually, is this the one that you can only see dots on a camera?
No. No.
The amount of events I've had the day that ended in me dead was a joke. I love how you love Phasmophobia. I do. It's a problem. Have you checked the cabinet in a bedroom? I haven't checked anywhere. I'll go back in. I'll die though, because
Hello.
can't even tell if it's an event or a hunt. Oh dear. I'm gonna die.
Question: how do you open cupboards?
That is
Same way
R2.
you open doors.
Thing in the bedroom. Oh god, no.
Hi, Terry.
I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna
Hi,
die.
Terry.
He's coming! Mitchell King's dead.
Oh
That's what
no,
he's saying.
Dad!
He sacrificed himself for you!
Midget King's gone very quiet.
His chat's working. I heard him leave and then join again.
Do 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 do.
Well, I mean, that's technically another picture. Where'd he
It
die?
is, but you're not going to get it perfect unless you find the bone. So,
Where'd he die?
right by the front door. She's hunting again! She's calling as well. Blech.
I'm gonna die, I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dead.
Dead. Right, Maxwell, get out.
Okay.
Oh, you are out. Just go to the van.
Okie dokie.
Press the
Make sure
keypad.
that Yeah, don't yet. Make sure you've got yokai circled. Everyone.
Fuck. A yokai circle?
Yeah.
Right, so when you go on your evidence...
Right.
Sorry.
No, go on.
You know how you've opened your evidence?
Yeah.
You can highlight over the ghost and press X.
So it was yokai, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you highlight, if you tick that we've got dots, ghost orbs and spirit box, it'll automatically only be yokai left,
Right.
which means that that's the ghost it is.
Okie dokie.
4 banshees in a row, fuck that shit.
So if you make sure that's circled, then press the keypad right by the door. And that ends it.
Adds in 1 minute.
I see.
20 seconds.
Don't forget Mimic. That is true, but we'll get there eventually.
I'm sorry, guys.
I've been
I
playing
left you
Vampire
out.
all day today. I only have one person to blame, and who would that person be? Terry says hi, by the way, Cyber.
I said hello.
Oh, I knew that. You died. I know. I know. Because I forgot where the hiding spots were, so I was just like, ah, and died. Yokai! So does Midget King have no chat?
Well, it looks.
The Hatter. Oh well, of course. Harold does like that game.
Who's green? Panda. If you go into your loadout and disable it.
Oh, is that why we're getting some shit stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for some reason my headset turned itself off for no apparent reason.
Fair. Loadout. Button. Off. Ta-da!
There we go.
Pop, pop.
So I need to disable.
Shop.
Enable.
No.
So we've got 4 of the headgears.
Oh, I can buy things.
Do you know what? I'm going to take these off. Because I've got me in-ears in. I just wanted someone to keep the hairband in place.
4 banshees.
Yeah, it's one of the banshees are horrible. So when there's a banshee, it'll, like in true banshee fashion, it will scream randomly. So you'll just be walking along, mind your own business, I don't know, trying to get a temperature or something, and you'll just hear like through your ears, and it's horrible, and I hate it.
Lovely.
Yeah, real nice. Doesn't even buy you a drink first either. Straight into the tongue in your ear business, just like, okay.
Wow.
Mm.
Does this banshee have a sister?
Possibly. I mean, they are of Irish origin. You know, there was a very boring Christmas at one point. Right, ready up when you're ready, guys.
Okie doke.
We'll just do the same map a couple of times over, just so we can get used to
Okay.
doing it. Cause
Yeah, I'm alright with that actually, just gets me used to actually getting the controls, because half the gear in that van, I had no idea what it was for.
No.
Yeah.
We did try and run through it, but you must not have heard us.
It's alright. It's alright. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's more fun with
Okay.
parabolic microphone. No, it's fucking not. Parabolics. Aye. I like that way of saying it.
Okay, right. I'm gonna grab one of the crucifixes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll run you through it if you want. So, photo camera, yeah, which is obvious. This looks like a photo camera. Next to that's a thermometer. Next to that's a UV. And next to that's a torch.
Okay, I'll get
You
the
go-
thermometer.
Straight up
I'm
from
just
that.
gonna do my thing.
Straight up from that, you got the EMF, the little black telephone-looking thing. Then the spirit
Yeah.
box is the big black thing with the white writing on it. And the ghostwriting book. And then a video camera.
Okay,
It's pretty
have-
straightforward.
so I've got UV, I've got the EMF, and I've got the spirit box.
Okay.
What do we need to do? Capture a photo of the ghost, have a memory of the escape the ghost. Oh god.
Fun stuff then.
Yeah.
Right. If anyone has a torch or your UV thing, see this cupboard? You can hide in it if the ghost's trying to hunt you.
Hold on, which cupboard?
This one here with the door open. It's empty, so you'll be able to hide in it. You've just got to close the door.
Okie doke.
And make sure it's not chasing you when you do it.
Same with this one
Okey-doke.
in the hallway.
Because they don't know where you are.
Yeah. Mind you, I have jinxed that before. Well, no, cheesed that, sorry. Oh, it might be in here because the door's half open.
Ah, right, okay.
Oh, you have a torch.
I have a torch.
Feel
I brought
free.
something useful.
Feel free if you want to drop it in front of one of these doorways so you know where to hide.
Which doorways?
One
Hello?
of these cupboards.
Oh, okay, right. Twitch it on, yeah?
Yeah, just leave it on and then press circle and drop it.
Right, guys, I have the crucifix.
I have a feeling it's in the basement.
I will be saying
Oh, hold on.
the power of Christ
I was
compels you.
getting a bit of a reading there
Oh.
of the EMF, but it's decided to disappear.
Yeah, it does that.
Yeah, that EMF is just like
Oh, I
activity.
found the button!
Oh, no.
Yay! Well done.
Go on,
Pick it up. No, not
Yeah,
yet.
got it.
Oh.
We're gonna go put this in the van.
No.
No, you needed to take a picture of it.
Oh.
It's
So,
fine.
It disappears when you pick it up, that's all. It's fine.
Oops. Alright.
Oh, we have no dots. And I haven't seen my breath yet.
No, I got a feeling it's the hallway up here. Between the kitchen and all. But it's not dropping out very low. Just dropping to like 7.
Well, try the basement. Not gonna lie, not a fan down here.
No, it's not nice. Oh, it's in this
Oh,
little
you
room.
there.
Hello.
It is.
Hi.
Does he want to speak? Are you friendly?
Should I
Probably
put
not. Oh god, yep, drop it.
Okay, so the answer to that question is no, it's not fucking friendly.
Well, it responded to you talking though, so, and there is one ghost that doesn't like it when you talk.
There we go.
So you guys,
So
you
should
got
I actually mark that up as spirit box or not?
No. Oh! Well done, motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Is there anything we need to mark off?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's only spirit box if it actually reacts to, like, if it talks back. Just because it reacts to you talking doesn't count.
Yeah, try that again.
But it did react when you were talking.
Are
so...
you there?
Makes my kids cry as it's a scream.
Where are you?
Got UV.
Gotcha, pig, you did. Oh, we got
Oh, I got a
UV,
response
okay.
there.
Oh, okay.
Did it say anything though?
No, I just got from like -5 to +5 response lined up all at once.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
when you've
no.
got to actually hear it respond.
Are
It
you
actually, like-
friendly? Apparently fucking not.
Oh, our sanity is going down so fast. Right, which is the one?
Oh, I've just had a footprint there on the UV.
Yeah, I got it.
Not
I took a
that.
picture of it, so.
So this one?
And I've got EMF levels are stable here. But they want me to go, hold on, right here.
Unless it hits 5, I don't worry about it. I wouldn't
Oh,
worry about
yeah,
it.
it disappeared. Okay, doke.
It just means it's either throwing something or messing with a door or something like that.
Sometimes the spirit box won't work if there's other people in the house as well.
Yeah.
So if you do want to try the spirit box again, if everyone else comes outside, it might work for you then. However,
We got the other crucifix.
your sanity's very low.
Yeah,
That
we need
door's
the other
moving by
crucifix.
itself. Can it not do that?
I'm coming.
Tell you what, I'll turn the light off and see what happens. Or is that light on? Oh, no, lights are off. Are you there? No, I'm getting you all here.
Oh,
Oh, you...
Oh,
we have an
hello.
event. What happened there? What'd you see?
The door shut on me.
A little kid just ran through. I think it's
Yeah.
cyber.
And went into, yeah, it was deep throating me.
Yeah.
We might have freezing.
Oh, it's
0.1.
mad. It is mad as shit. It's 0.1. You're probably going to get freezing then, yeah?
But it's going down and then going straight back up again.
Try out in the hallway instead of in there.
Oh,
Yeah, my freezing.
so close.
Freezing, right.
I got 4.5 on the EMF there.
The EMF is the bars above the number.
Pardon?
The EMF reading is the bars above the number
Yeah, they're 5
going
bar.
across it. Yeah.
5.
Yeah, I've got 5 bar, yeah.
Oh, then that's an EMF 5.
It's a gin then.
Run.
You just all left?
Yeah, run. Soon as you know what it is, book it. Twins are fun. Twins are not fun. One thing I have noticed with twins, though, the last time I did a couple of solo runs, was one of them will manifest as like the black smoke figure straight away in front of us. Every time I've had twins, they have just randomly manifested.
I wouldn't bother mate, 'cause we're not going back in.
Okay, doke.
Yeah, because some of the stuff we got to do to get the objectives is pointless. If it never works.
Right.
How do you put... Oh, go on.
I got 2 of the evidence. What was the third one?
So you got EMF, ultraviolet, and freezing.
Alright, so EMF's the one I didn't get. Ooh, gin.
Yeah.
How do you put things back on the shelves?
L2.
Hold the button. Yeah, hold the button you would place it with as you're looking at the place where you
got
would.
it.
I love how when you go to place things, you're just all like, fucking head in.
Everyone's circled.
Are we ready, kids?
Yeah, I've circled gin.
Yeah.
So to end the game, but for you, Dave, is it? You click the keypad there by the door.
Oh, yeah. Dan, this keypad here.
Oh,
Press it.
Yeah, it doesn't quite feel right calling you a midget.
thanks. It was a gin!
Bang your head against a wall. Why am I banging your head against a wall? I mean, I will bang your head against a wall if that's what you want, but why? Like, I need a reason to bang someone's head off a wall.
Yay, upgraded fit. No, not headgear. You. Level 3 incense! Yeah!
Woo! In the truck. Oh, it's not even against the wall. They're going full on through the wall, man. It's not even against. They're just like, oh, look at these. Do you want to try and lead the next hunt?
I'm not brave enough for that just yet.
I was going to say me and Cyber will just go gallivanting.
I mean, I don't mind doing like a different one and we'll see how we do.
Yeah.
You got to ready up mine, Maxwell, don't forget.
Oh, yeah.
I just changed the map, so we have to re-ready up anyway.
I'm good to go.
Oh, it's me then. Sorry.
Yeah. It's all good.
The team down, guys.
It's all good.
This one has an upstairs as well, guys, so...
Right, look at the reader. See the EMF thing.
Oh, I've got a camera.
Take.
Ah.
Right, if you've got a photo camera...
No,
try
it's not.
To take... Oh, no, just saying, but if you do ever pick it up, try not to just take random photos, because you only can delete 2.
Right.
And the photos count towards money at the end of the hunt.
Hey, you know the video camera?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Mine hasn't gone on there. That's why you've got a camera. Right, so you can pick the camera up, and if you press the place button on top of the tripod, you should be able to place it, and then you pick up the tripod, and you can just drop it down and leave it. And if you press X on the controller when you're walking about, and you will go into night vision.
Okay.
I have no idea. Also, are we looking for a bone again in this one?
Yeah, if you find it, shout. I mean,
Every level's a
don't literally be like, ah, because I'll probably shit myself. Oh, guys, is anyone near me right now? No. Oh, right, in here, in this corner, is one of those places where you can go and the ghost can't get you.
Which one? Where are you?
I am here.
Hey there. Oh, one of these
Maxwell,
ones.
you need to know this too. Yep, in that corner, you can go in, crouch, and the ghost can't get you.
Okay. Right. How do we place the camera?
That one, you literally can only press circle and it'll just drop. Or you press triangle to switch what's in your hand and it'll just drop.
See that there on the floor by you, mate? That's a
I
summoning
think
circle.
I've seen the problem.
What?
It's
A
not
nice
done
big
yet.
satanic ritual.
Oh, you found a summoning circle?
Mm-hmm. It's upstairs. The room's upstairs.
Are you
somewhere.
here?
Oh, I found fucking something.
Is anyone there?
It won't be in that room, mate.
Oh, I did not know this.
No, that's just what they call a cursed item. That's all that is, mate.
Oh.
It's something you can interact with to force the ghost to do something.
Try not to do that yet, though. I would like to live.
That's fine. Summoning circles are annoying anyway. You've got to light all the candles in a certain order and it's annoying.
I still haven't found what room it's in.
No, same.
When you put the tripod down, can you pick it back up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just have to click the tripod itself.
Ah, thank you. Okay.
Where the fuck is it?
Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
The monkey paw. Cyber's got the monkey paw before. I've not found it yet.
Oh, it's the
It
living
didn't-
room.
Oh, it didn't work when he tried to use it though.
No, it didn't work first
Well,
time.
who's putting pine trees in the toilet?
Oh, there's orbs.
I mean, they will be after shitting that out. Just gonna ignore that. I haven't found the button yet.
The problem is, sorry, yeah.
You were going to say the same thing. Go on, you do it.
Yeah, it could be absolutely anywhere within this, like, because they will literally place them anywhere. I've even had a hand floating in midair, but with all of this decoration around it, it could be under the decoration.
Yeah, it needs to be 5 bar. The minute 22.
There we go.
You can drop that on the floor and just leave it, and it'll go off. It'll make a sound if it hits a 5 bar.
Okay.
Or if it hits anything, it'll beep on it.
Well, yeah.
Have we got a crucifix down? Yeah. Nice.
Yes.
Try and talk to it, innit?
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
you
this is
there? Are you friendly?
Probably not.
Try to throw
Are
something
you a
in, I
little
guess not.
bitch?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
it's doing something. Hunting.
Yeah, I think
That's what it's
we're
doing.
EMF's going on. That's only a 3.
It's only hitting 3 bar.
I know
I'm getting,
that's gonna go
temperature
mental.
drop.
Cheap views get fucked. I like playing cards. So does Terry. Oh, is that an incense?
Oh, I got 5 on the EMF there, big style.
Nice. So we've
yeah,
got
that's the
EMF
incense, yeah.
and we've got ghost orbs.
Yeah, we need another crucifix down, whoever's got it. Oh, Max,
I've got the other crucifix.
you have to place it down before he dies.
So it's, either
It's
a
only going to be a
Raiju-
Raiju and Obaki.
Well, Backy's
Yeah,
the one I think
I'm
I
in the same room.
in the
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm getting, like, I can see, like, frosty breath. Would that be temperature?
No, that's just telling you that you're in a room where a ghost is. Right, so you're either going to get ultraviolet or dots.
I don't think it's ultraviolet. And if it's an opaque, we're all going to have to leave the house. But
Yeah.
to see it on dots.
Right, everybody eat.
I'm out.
I think it's opaque anyway. Let me have a look.
Yeah.
Where is he? Oh no, when interacting with the environment and opaque, you will really leave a trace. No, it's not. But it's fine. That's ultraviolet.
It's still either going to be UV or dots.
So, is the other one? Right. I need to go turn the power off.
I kind of want to walk around with this like a holy person, like, oh, no battery. Blah, 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 blah. Use a lantern, see if it blows you.
Oh,
Excuse me, I
Stay
don't
by
want
me, stay
anything
by
to
me.
blow me, thank you very much.
It got
Didn't get
mad.
anything good.
No, it just got mad.
No.
Yes,
It
stay
got
by you,
mad.
stay by you.
Got mad.
Oh, it's still hunting. Stay. You won't be able to go in, Maxwell. Right, you see this graph? This activity thing?
Oh, wait,
When it's on a 10 like this, it means it's hunting. It's still hunting.
Oh, okay.
Right, it stopped.
We got
No,
lucky
no,
they
he's
didn't find
got
us.
lanterns as well. He doesn't just have candles, he's got
Oh,
lanterns as
he's
well.
coming again. Oh, it's an event.
No, it's an event, you're
It's
fine. However, Midget King has 0 sanity.
Oh, he needs to get out then and jump.
Yeah.
Oh, do we need average though?
You've only got
You've
11.
9.
Oh, yeah, you've got 6.
Yeah,
You
'cause
both-
we just hunted. That's why.
Yeah, you both need to shoot up, like. But no, we don't need an average. We've got everything
Here,
else.
have some drugs.
Yeah. Y'all need to take some drugs.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Me nom, nom, nom. Nom, me nom, nom. Oh no, it went out.
Don't you think that's a bit insensitive of what's happening at the moment?
I mean, I think it's kind of like, you know, they should get some kind of lucky prize or something for the fact that, you know, their Pope has died the day after
What do you think they
the
locked him in a
rising?
lead casket so he can't fucking voice again?
No, it's like he's got to. It's not. He's got to get out of jail free card. He's almost guaranteed the day after the rise and the Pope dies. However, he was my favourite Pope so far. I think he was
Dots.
actually a really good fella. Oh, you got dots! Yay! It's a Raiju.
Right, do we want to go for perfect because we got all the objectives? We need
What
one,
else?
2, 3.
Perfect.
We need 4 more photos and find a bone.
I mean, we can do. I don't see why not.
If we die, we die. I will not die, hopefully.
The power of Christ compels you.
Does it, Jay?
Because we need the average to be above 50
Give us a minute.
to lower the chance of hunt, and it's not going to hit it.
There you go.
Right, stick
51.
Yeah, 45.
Shit. This should be fun, guys. This should be fun. Candles give a trigger for ghosts. Yeah, I know. I've got a lighter as well. Right. So we're looking for a bone. Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm dead.
Are you dead already?
It just popped up in front of us.
Wow.
It just appeared in front of my face with this little fucking mask on.
alright,
That's what I get for being all like.
I'm
I
not
was actually asking, can the bone appear in a drawer?
I think
I've never
so.
seen it. I've
dunno.
never seen it appear in a drawer.
Right.
And I'm nearly max level, so. Do with that as you will.
I don't know if I can even
To
see
you
it.
two.
Because like you say, it'd be a bit of a cheat if I could see it. When I'm a ghost. I'm a
Well,
ghost.
'cause it's just an item on the floor, isn't it? I think the room might have changed. You know?
It did get us in the eyes. Well, where I've died...
Yeah, the room's moved.
Yeah, at the end of the corridor is where it got me.
Hallway. Yeah, it's in the hallway now. So... That's why the crucifix wasn't working. Someone pissing about the car. I like it.
Oh no, Panda!
Yeah, I know, I died.
She
Oh,
died
no.
doing what she loved.
But I look so flamboyant in my death.
You do. You do. You look
And
all
I feel-
sassy.
I feel like that is how I would go. Don't forget in the
Really-
in the corner behind my body, you can hide in that corner if you think the ghost is coming. Unless it just pops out in front of your face like it did with me. And you fucked. I've been in there. It did finger me in the eye, you're right.
Wow.
Oh, what's that? It's hunting. It's down in the basement, I think.
Nope.
Never mind.
Oh no, it's got me.
Oh, you're joining me in the afterlife.
Oh, it got
Welcome.
me.
I'm just hiding in a cupboard upstairs. I'm like, nope, fuck this.
Just the only problem, if you hide in there for too long, your sanity's gonna drop, so as soon as you leave the cupboard, it's gonna chase you.
I am a ghost. Oh no, look
Hi,
at this.
Mike.
My beautiful body.
My beautiful body. I can't see a bone anywhere.
Right, the only place I haven't been is the basement. So.
I'm down here and I can't see anything yet. But then again, I don't have a torch.
Thank you, crucifix. Fuck would it be? Oh no. Oh, apparently I interrupted its singing.
You've only got one burn or 2 burns left on this. Oh, turn your headgear off. Well done. Because it's you it's coming for.
Why?
Turn your headgear off if you can.
It's fine, he's on me.
Oh, never mind. You're fine. Where are you hiding? Oh, there you are.
Putting me in the corner.
Dan, do you want to get the van?
You can't yet, it's still hunting. Right, salt, nice.
I didn't realise. Wait, is everyone dead?
No,
Me and Maxwell are.
Right, we got all the photos.
We got teleported to Silent Hill apparently.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just-
I say, I cannot find the bone in here, like.
No.
No. No perfect, I think.
I'm just gonna stress him out.
I mean, I don't mind going for one last look if you want.
No,
What's
we're
your
just gonna
sanity
die,
like?
dude.
Yeah.
Because,
No.
yeah, 1 and 2%. Yeah, it's
I'm
not,
at
it's
0.
not worth. Yeah, it's not worth it. We've got all the
I'm
photos.
constantly
so-
insane.
You're still gonna get some good XP for it.
Everyone's circled, yeah. Raiju.
Yes.
Yep.
Maxwell?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I died.
Me too.
We'll come
Just
back
have to
to your
circle.
bodies one day.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
It was a yokai.
Huh?
Someone said some wrong evidence.
Oh, it happens. It's fine.
So what can a yokai be then? What is a yokai? Ghost of dots and spirit box. Right, so it wasn't the MF5.
No. My God, it's so dark. Like, how y'all doing in chat? I know I'm not being very talkative. I apologize. Doobie doobie doo 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 doo.
Where are you?
What time is it? I might
What made
do
me so
one
dizzy?
more.
Okay.
I might be able to do one more, and then because I'm up at like 6.
Oof.
So
That is fair.
have to go to bed.
That is fair. You do need to ready up though.
I know. I'm looking at the.
Oh,
if I can
that's
buy.
okay.
Got anything? Okay, right. I'm good to go. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly.
We were all up in your business.
There have been new reports of a cursed object nearby.
I need to try and get home tomorrow morning with the marathon on. There's a marathon on? Like, is it... Oh, well, yeah, it'll really disrupt traffic and stuff, won't it? Do you think it's gonna, like, really interrupt you getting home badly?
Ah,
I was gonna get that.
Oh great, the cat toy's possessed.
Oh, is it getting thrown? Whereabouts?
No, I meant my axe. I meant the cat toy in the house. Sorry.
Oh! My bad. My phone just vibrated on my foot and I nearly died!
On your foot.
Yeah. Oh, it's in here again. I just got
How
breath.
do you know? All right.
No, it's 9 degrees in here.
there we go.
How did I just get breath then? Was that a ghost dog?
That could have been the mist, ghost mist.
Okay, fair. Whoop, whoop.
Well, if that was in here, turn that on.
Are you guys
Well-
moving things?
Part of
I
the
was then,
bridge
yeah.
is
I
near
was, yeah.
Waterloo, where I work. Oh.
Oh,
Where the
hello.
flip is it?
Well, I've had no orbs anywhere yet.
You might not get any at all.
No, I know, but I haven't had orbs or in. Ooh.
No,
No.
orbs are into.
It's because, like, you'll just see something out the corner of your eye and you're like, wait.
Wait a minute.
You know you make me wanna.
It's the bathroom.
Ah.
As soon as you walk in. On the left. Where the hell did that book go? Where's that book gone? I placed the book down, it's disappeared!
I can actually
know.
see it's vibrating.
I can't see it at all. Try and pick it up. I can't see it, it's
Hold
completely
on.
disappeared.
Right, I picked it up there.
Yeah, try and place it back down, mate.
Do you need a crucifix?
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes,
Well,
please.
there we go. You see the book there?
I'm not in the house anymore, but...
There you go.
I can see
Camera
the
needs to
book.
go... Ooh, what
I
camera?
can see the book as well.
Hang on, hang on, hang
It's a
on.
bit... It's too high.
Just trying to find somewhere to place it.
I know,
Fear
it's
not,
annoying.
Fido. I will save you.
Right, if you've put one there, I'll put one here.
Is there anyone there?
So does that mean you're just going to have to leave the house early
Are
and
you here?
later and stuff? Like early to get there
Oh,
on time?
I got the
Yeah, you're
the
down.
spirit box.
Oh, you got a voice back, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Champion.
Howdy.
Hello. I'm not really going to know if we get dots. I can put a
ghost writing.
second. Oh, ghost writing, yay. Okay, so...
Just blow the candle out as well.
It could still technically be any of them. I'm on my way with the salt.
I think I found the bone.
Ooh.
Where to?
I'm in the
Well done.
garage.
Garage? Okay.
I haven't picked it up yet because you want to take a picture yet?
Yeah.
Is that the bone?
That is the bone. Well done, miss.
Woo!
Where did you find that? Well done.
I did a thing.
I don't
I'm
think it's
useful.
going to be UV. Because it's walked through the salt and nothing has occurred. And yes, I've took pictures.
Good girl.
Oh, temperature change.
That was kind of accidental, but I want to see if it's still registered. It
Yep.
did! Fuck yeah! That was proper, oh no, I just took the wrong thing. Right, so
Do we have any other evidence other than the spirit box?
I've
Ghost
got a
writing.
massive temperature drop.
what's it
It's gotta be
went
minus.
to?
Went to 1.3.
It might still drop, you never know. Well, I don't
gotta go to
think
minus,
it's
I think.
ultraviolet.
Has it definitely
Oh,
got to go
pasta.
minus?
Yeah, 100%, mate. You gotta go minus, yeah.
Right, doke. Yeah, as soon as I come out of that room, yeah, it's all warm again, but in there it's like,
Ooh, hello.
it's like 1 to 1.2.
I have
We need a
trusty
picture of
Fido
the
with me.
ghost as well.
You have what?
I have trusty Fido.
Oh. One 1.6, 1.3, 1.4. Oh, it's gone to 1. Yeah, we're not getting anything yet.
Oh,
Two.
It's very quiet. There's not even a great deal of activity.
oh, it's hitting 3 on the EMF.
I'm going to place a secondary camera because I can't see shit on that one.
Me. What? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put
Did you get a
light on
picture
out
of the crucifix?
here. Yeah. Say my first rodeo.
I know.
Oh,
I heard that. What's it, EMF? 4. Hmm.
I'm sticking in here to try and get a picture of the ghost, but it's not working.
What's the bottle with like the satanic symbol on it?
It's a salt bottle. Once it's empty, you can
Okay.
just dump it.
take a picture of this, mind you. As well, Panda. The water.
Oh. Did you do it?
Yeah, I took a picture of the water, yeah. So classes as an interaction.
Oh, there you go. We've got all the 40s.
So we can't get 100% now anyway, so we just need to find out what
Why?
it is. Because we'd have to delete a photo to get a picture of the ghost.
Well, that's fine. We can just delete one. Not the end of the world.
Oh, dots! I just seen her in dots.
Yay! Oh, fucking
It's a
hell, that was...
Dagon.
Oh, we
It's a
can't hide.
Dagon.
We can't hide.
Did you say dots?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
go
can't-
get an incense.
You can't hide from a Dagon.
Okay, never mind, there's none yet. Oh, yeah, there is the smudges. Why are they
was gonna
smudges?
say.
Why are they another level 3s?
I'm
I don't know.
hearing whispers.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, it's because it's got a parabolic.
Hope my route ain't too badly screwed up. I don't want to walk miles to get somewhere I can then attempt to get home from. Yeah, that is fair. I mean, fingers crossed.
Well, let's delete a photo. We got
Right,
any
which-
shitty one? Anyone? Just pick one.
Just pick the last one we took then. The white.
I have.
I don't know how to... I think you've got to delete it, haven't you?
I don't think we can because it's
3-star.
Oh, it's hunting.
yeah, it's coming after me.
Oh,
Oh,
Phriends
no.
into it. So.
Right, hang on. Still hunting. Are you're alive?
Yeah. I'm running around the kitchen with her.
It's still hunting.
I know, I'm watching it.
It stopped. It
I was
stopped.
literally just running around the centre breakfast bar in the kitchen. Just watching it as it was running around.
Oh, I need to smack up here.
Right, so we've all got Dagon circled, yes?
Oh, what was the third evidence?
So we have... Yeah,
Spirit
dots,
box and
spirit,
dots.
and dots.
Yeah, I don't think you can delete them now because we've filled up the thing.
So it was Dagon, was it?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I think ghostwriting was the third one.
Yeah.
Oh, it was right.
Ghostwriting, spirit box, and dots.
God, that one wanted to hide.
Oh, some of them are, like, real fun. Wait until you get a demon.
No, I think it's got to find them.
Or a fae. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Woo!
We
That's annoying.
survived.
That's really annoying. So I took a picture of the ghost, but we couldn't delete one, and it didn't count.
I'm sorry.
Welcome back.
Well, it's not your fault.
Job's ready for you.
I mean, I took a picture.
Yeah, so it is your fault. Yeah, fair.
See?
It's always your fault.
I know. That's why I'm just like, see? Oh, I unlocked a parabolic microphone. Yes.
Me too.
Yes. Yes.
Yay!
You know what makes it even worse? I like tucked me head in, so I probably just turned into a human thumb on me stream. Probably. Yes.
Bleh.
I need to stop doing it. That's the third time I've done it, and I'm on the internet for fuck's sake.
Right. I'm gonna have to go because I need sleep.
That is fair. Thank you for the key.
Yeah, I'll be able to jump back on it. I don't know, whenever you're next on.
Well, you know me. Busy, busy.
I know. Oh, I've got stuff in. Oh no, this isn't mine, is it? This is somebody else's. I like the cool stuff in the cupboards.
Once you leave here, though, you'll be able to see what's in your own cupboards.
Ooh, okay.
I have more tarot cards than you. That's weird. I shouldn't have more tarot cards than you. But you got all this cool shit. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That is also cool. I only have this one, guys. I just had that one.
Aww.
I did the baby.
I've got every single bone as well.
Nope. Nope.
I got 2 bones.
To bone or not to bone?
That's it. Alright, have fun, guys.
Boy.
Yeah.
Boy. Now see, as repetitive as this is, I am hooked at the minute. This is my jam. I like it. Bye, Mr. Maxwell.
Boy! Good evening!
Yep.
Goodbye.
I like what I likes.
Exactly.
That's for cyber, yeah.
Oh, that's for Cyber. Of course it is. I didn't think it was for me. Everybody wants to give Cyber smooches. No way. Don't be trying to get all big bollocks because your fucking friends are here.
I
you
don't
can't.
have any friends.
Yeah, you do. You got loads of friends. Oh, that's a wall.
Ooh,
Oh, it's in here. It's in here. It's ghost orbs.
Wait.
Nearly. Yeah, nearly got us.
It's
Oh, I found the bone.
Oh, well done.
nice. Where to?
I'm not touching Jack. On the floor.
Yeah, that would be advised. Yeah.
Nice. Well done, sir.
Right, go get the other thingy.
Hold on. Where were you saying the thing was within the living room?
No, it's
Yes.
the corridor. Well, the living room / corridor.
Okay. Is there anyone there?
Right.
How are you,
friendly?
Mr.
The
Wazd?
corridor splits. So this is like.
Oh,
the
there's
first
an
corridor.
event. Yes, it's just an event. You're not getting hunted.
It ran outside.
Oh,
But the corridor it's in is this one towards the kitchen, dude.
but
Are
the
you
orbs
here
are in
with
the
us?
sitting room.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit of
Bit of both.
Of both. Yeah. Oh, it's monkey paw as well. Nice. Boy with
Right.
knowledge.
No, not yet. Not yet. One moment. One moment. What am I doing?
Is there anybody here?
I was on.
Apparently there fucking isn't.
It might be because you have to be on your own, mate.
Being better, but plodding along. Hope you're good. Good. I am good. Thank you very much. I
Come out,
can't
come out, you little
complain.
bitch. That's not happening.
Oh my goodness. Well done, Duchess. Shit the bed.
You shouldn't be doing that.
I know. But they screamed in my ear and I couldn't help myself.
I don't think it's UV. It's just.
Have you put salt down, have you?
Yeah.
How are you doing, Mrs.?
Do we have a crucifix down by any chance?
Yeah. Yes, you do. And I'm about to bring in another one.
Just walk through another one. No UV.
It's probably not the best idea, is it?
Yeah, that's probably bad.
Oh,
And there's the other one.
right. If you want to go outside, I can do a spirit box. See if it works.
I tried before, got nothing to go for it.
If sometimes when there's people still in the house, it won't work.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra!
Goodbye, my lover.
Just got back from picking up a little lunch. Ooh, what you got? I'm sure I just heard fucking ghostwriting.
You can look down.
I couldn't at the time.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah,
move around
ghostwriting.
doing that, can you?
So
No, I can't.
Ghostwriting. Okay, good.
Yep, ghostwriting and ghost orbs.
Have you got a camera? Take a picture of it.
Do I have a camera? Yes, I do. So far, it's not going to be UV, it's not going to be EMF. It's either going to be freezing.
Oh, I got 0.8.
Oh, if you've got 0.8, it's probably going to be freezing then.
0.6. Just won't go below. 0.3.
It will eventually, mate.
It will, yeah.
If it's going to, it will. You just gotta be wait. It's annoying.
Taco salad. Oh, nice. Well done, Duchess. I approve.
Oh, well, that was
minus 0.2.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a revenant.
Running away.
All the troubles in my life.
I'm running away.
I mean, you're fast walking away.
Yeah. It's the best I can do, really. Cripple. Right, so it's a revenant. What are the other things we had to do, though? Oh, have a member of the team escape a hunt. Mm.
No. Well, I could on this house. No, actually, no. It's a revenant. No, I'm not doing it.
No, you won't.
I
Yeah.
changed my mind.
They're fast. There's no running away from them.
Is everyone circled?
Yep.
Yep. I
Terra!
did just ran around the kitchen thing again, but it's too fast for that.
Do you know what I've not done? Shouties. Absolutely
No,
shocking.
I'd have done them for you, but I'm busy.
That's okay.
You got me playing today.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, to find a better day. Come on, sleep token, serenade me.
Oh, crucifix.
The only issue is if you play this on your own now, you'll be used to the equipment. Right,
We just don't have it.
but you won't have it, or your equipment is a lot worse than the stuff you're using at the moment. So it's harder to actually identify.
Yeah, that's the problem I have. Like, the video camera that I use, because it's not as good of a one, it's trickier. I don't see ghost orbs when I'm walking around. I don't see them until I go back to the van.
Yeah.
Right.
I've only seen them once walking around. However, I find my EMF reader easier to use. That is one thing.
It's less reliable, though, that's the problem.
Yeah, I know. But I find it easier
That's
to
the
use.
issue.
Me current dots, it's hit or miss whether it's easier. The dots that we're using right now, you've got more range. But the dots I'm using does more of an arch closer to it. It's kind of hit and miss.
Have you got like level 2 of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, level 2 is pretty good on that.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
I'm just saving up all the money so I can actually buy good shit.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow. Okay, so,
At least hit it.
Oh,
ow.
Ormond's shouties are like so loud.
Ow. Okay, I'm okay.
Are you sure?
I think so. I mean, he did knock me off the cliff, and I fell for a very long way.
where are you?
Excuse me. God, I am so high pitched.
Show me what is. What?
I need to have some questions about the people who choose to call
Did you
them.
see that dodge?
Ooh. Yes, yes, I did.
Total fluke. See?
Well, I just have music.
Yeah, he
me.
plays the piano.
Oh, do you know, I was like, is that for the game or is that someone?
No, he's pulling the Ray Charles downstairs.
Complete 10 weekly tasks. I've definitely completed more than 10 weekly tasks.
Oh.
Meow.
Fucking no. Fast as fuck, boy. I can't say shit now.
Sorry,
Is there anybody out there?
we tell by the temperature anyway, so be fine. Turn it off if it was the room.
Is there anyone there?
Like, that only works if you're in the room, the ghost room, dude. So.
Oh, there's a mirror.
Well, so I don't know what the room is. I'm just trying to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in the room when you're standing there trying to use the device, if you can see your breath, chances are you're in the right room.
Okie dokie.
I apologise if we hunt.
Oh God.
Right.
Anyone there?
It's in a. Right, not that room.
I swear to
Not
God.
that room.
I fucking die right now.
Not responsive.
Not that room.
Are you friendly?
Probably not.
This one? Nope. Nope.
To be fair, I'm also trying to find the bone as well.
I found the bone. Sorry, dude. I should have said.
All right.
Sorry, that's my bad.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
Going off and looking for it on my own.
Is there anyone here?
I haven't
Oh,
seen.
I think it's a living room
anything.
again.
Oh, okay, hang on.
Are
Could
you
be,
here?
you know. Could
Are
be.
you friendly? Oh! Right, I've got a
Oh, I
response
heard
back.
that. I heard that. Yeah. Yeah, there's
So,
the
spirit
breath.
box. Yeah, she
I'm
wasn't
just gonna
very
leave that
happy
going
about
side to side. I'll put a crucifix down. Oh, dots!
Oh!
Jesus Christ! What the fuck was that?
Falling fast and I didn't like it. It screamed.
Oh my God! It might be a banshee. I literally turned around to see what it was and it just screamed in my face. Oh my God!
Would that be classed as dots?
Oh, yeah. I think. That was unnecessary as fuck.
I mean, it was funny as fuck.
It was, but that was unnecessary as fuck. I nearly died.
Yes.
Oh,
5 EMF.
yeah.
It's not a
Good
wraith,
riff.
so it wasn't dots.
It wasn't dots, then it must have just been a manifestation. So it's either
So
spirit
is
or
it-
the twin. I'm gonna say twins because it manifested like immediately in my face, and twins like doing that to me.
So what can they be? Twins.
It's not gonna be ghost
Twins
orbs. It's
is
not gonna be
spirit or freezing,
freezing.
and spirit is ghost fighting.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
yeah, yeah.
vote.
We got
Yeah,
freezing.
it's freezing. Yeah, it is freezing.
There we go.
Just picked it up.
Tell
for
ya.
-0.4. So it's the twins.
Yep. They love appearing in front of my face.
Oh!
Oh, it's
That was
on.
I know. I'm not in there anymore. It can go fuck itself.
I know. Goodbye. I got
Do we
too
wanna do
close.
objectives or not?
That's fair. You can do if you want. What are they?
Witness the ghost event, which you guys just did,
Yeah.
but it's in class. Paranormal.
Get an average sanity below 25%. Detect a paranormal sound with a parabolic method.
I got that.
I do not have one of those.
I got one. Mate.
I just got
Make sure I got light here.
Oh, why did I do that?
I'm gonna go get my sanity lowered.
Yeah,
Tomorrow
someone
on.
might need to come and take some pictures.
I've got a photo, a camera.
Water camera. I've only got one salt, which is the
I've got-
furthest one away.
One crucifix left. So we're not gonna get dots.
No one, you haven't taken a picture of the crucifix yet. There we go. Happy days.
Is there anywhere to hide in here? Oh God.
Let's just walk for the salt. That's all.
Can I hide in this? No, that would have been too simple.
I don't like how careless you take photos.
Oh!
Ugh.
I
I'm dead.
touched.
Ah, I tried to smudge.
fucking hero. I don't like it.
I told you it doesn't like me. Ads in 45 seconds, just so you know. I knew it was gonna do that. EMF 5. Yep. I know.
Yeah.
It's doing it again.
Oh, I just ran outside as I've done that.
And it just went for you.
Oh, we just need 2 more photos. Right, okay.
Well, there's one of my body. I look
don't
like I'm
know
like,
it.
somebody come get her. I'm wrapped around the center.
Just wrapped around the couch. That shit. Oh, I heard that.
That's because I'm a crippled
Oh.
stripper, see? My legs don't work like they used to before.
Why
Oh,
can't
it's mad. It's just through the book.
I got 2 cameras on. No.
It's mad.
I got 2 smudges on me. That's why.
How do you know what photos you need?
Just for playing.
Oh, okay.
So, like, interactions. So if you can get a picture of it, like, before it kills you, great. If you can get a picture of the dots, great. But generally, like, you know, the burnt crucifix, the missing salt on the floor, if you can actually capture it doing something, so burning said crucifix, or I think I've got one for it throwing the book before, because it counts as an interaction.
Yeah,
But
I saw
essentially, it's just evidence. Anything that you think would be classed as, like, photo evidence on a ghost hunt.
Well, there's a corpse in the living room.
That's kind of photo evidence, yeah.
Leave the house quick before the hunt.
I've left.
We're done.
I love that, like, I'm already gone! Don't even tell me twice! Fuck that shit!
Right,
Oh.
oh. Cut it off 3 stars.
So, that was
Yeah.
definitely the twins, yeah?
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Okay, doke.
Soon as it was like, oh wait, that wasn't dots, it just appeared in my face. Twins! Because they do, every time I've had twins, they do that to us. They're like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, fuck off!
Hey, how you doing? Circle there.
Yeah,
It's as if they're going, Jesus Christ, you're as pale as me!
come join
Like,
us.
I know, fuck off!
We should get a perfect investigation with this.
I got flawless execution, yeah.
Well, I won't, because I died.
What was that then?
Twins.
At 2,035 dollars for that.
Oh my god, I got salt.
Nice.
Salt for $4,000, but you know. Good salt.
Yeah.
Intermediate, $500. That's awesome. I am ready for more bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, at the minute my house is
Ow,
on about
ow.
a fucking polecat.
Yeah, same. Actually, where's my dog? Oh, there she is. I'm like, actually, where's my dog? In our bed, next to me seat. You good girl. Yeah. No, that does not mean try and climb up on the chair. I'm sorry I spoke to you. I won't do it again. Give me the crucifix.
Excuse me, professionals coming through, out the way.
Also, dude, if you look in this tub here, see the car key? Look at the green dish on the side.
Oh, yeah.
You can pick the car key up. It gets you a little bit extra money. And if the car alarm goes off, you can turn it off.
Okay.
Because it's very annoying when that car alarm goes on.
It really is.
Are you here, you little bitch?
Oh, I saw breath. I think it's in here again. Yeah, it's either in the corridor or in the sitting room. I think it's in the corridor. Oh no, it could be in the sitting room.
Yeah.
You know what? It's like a shit game of Cluedo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Grandma in the kitchen.
You know,
I forgot to pick up a torch.
And in true fashion, Grandma tries to kill you any chance she gets. Oh, it's tarot cards!
Nice. I'll take a picture now.
Hi, gorgeous. Hi, lovely. How you doing, sugar?
Hey, sugar.
Hey, sugar.
Right, we'll have enough of that.
Are you gonna take a picture of these tarot cards?
Yeah.
Are you friendly?
If you had one in the way, I would.
Fuck off.
Is anyone there?
Are you not? Right, she's gonna kill us, mate. Alright, so just get ready.
That I haven't even done anything yet.
No,
Are
you
you
just
ready?
went and hid in a cupboard
Yeah.
with the tarot cards.
Yeah.
Oh, I got UV there.
Yeah. Let's not tell her because she's gonna. Yeah,
Oh.
she's killed us. Fucking knew it! You're just as bad as fucking Terry!
What, is that both of you dead?
No, he only kills one person.
Oh.
I'm currently hiding like a coward.
That's fine, so am I.
Is it safe?
No. Definitely not.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's being chased. He is dead. You're dead.
I refuse.
Oh my.
No! I'm gonna die! Oh, I'm alive.
no, I'm being murdered.
Alive!
Panda, why did you bring that to me?
I didn't expect that to work. I also didn't know that's where you were.
I was crouched there peacefully.
I can understand why Terry does that, you know. I say.
Oh, there's a few of us dead here. Right. Oh.
Oh yeah, you're both dead. I saw it. You is gorgeous, lovely woman. Who's Yuan's? What's a Yuan's? Have we had any evidence, by the way?
Nope.
Yeah,
No.
UV.
Oh, UV. Really? Really?
You killed me instantly. You're as bad as Terry.
Yeah, Panda, fuck you.
I mean, I didn't know you were gonna die straight away. Kind of funny,
I
though.
was hiding. You ran it. Do you know what? This is fucking bringing back Dead by Daylight vibes again.
Yeah. It was a mercy killing.
That wasn't a mercy. It gouged my eyes out. The ghost molested me. I didn't need that today.
Okay, that's kind of fair. So EMF reader, capture a thing and get it on a motion sensor.
Tell you what, the ghost was a cranky fuck.
Yeah, that probably pissed it off with all the cards.
Why were you doing cards?
Yeah. Oh, was that a why were you doing cards? Cause I'm a dick.
Yes. Oh! How did that not kill you? That ran at you.
I've really pissed it off.
It was just an event.
Oh, I have really pissed it off. It's singing at me. I regret everything. Hello?
Well, you may as well come out and jab up.
True, I never thought of
It's
that.
not hunting anymore.
Let me out.
Well, I might be dead, but at least I'm not bound to the house.
True.
I wanna go where nobody else.
Camera. Oh, I got it on a motion sensor.
Jack the note in. Oh, how many did you do then? 2? What?
2.
Ah, yeah, you should be alright now. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Have we got an EMF reader in there?
Somewhere. Someone had one on them.
I had one, but I dropped it in the bathroom because, you know, I got murdered.
Mercy killing.
It's ghostwriting, by the way, as well.
I don't know where the book is.
Right here.
Right here. Right behind you. Next to the thermometer. On the rug.
Oh, I didn't see the writing in it.
So it's either a poltergeist demon or a myling.
Oh.
I don't think it's a myling. I haven't heard enough stuff.
Okay. And I don't think it's a poltergeist, I'm gonna go with demon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with demon too. Ah, no, that's you. Stop it. It was an accident. I need to get a picture of the other body. I also need a smudge. Yeah. I have a feeling it's a demon. Now, what does it need to be a demon? Freezing temperatures. Oh, there's no smudges. Oh, yeah, there is. There's incense.
When you say smudge, do you mean the salt?
No, I mean like,
It's like-
yeah, like an incense, so like sage.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, EMF 5. Ah, I just seen it!
Oh, hi!
Oh,
It's
just
not
as
happy with
I
you.
was leaving the house there, it just appeared. Jesus! Yeah, it's a
So was that
myling.
EMF level 5.
It was.
Yeah. You've got one photo slot left to try and get
I
a picture.
know. But it's gonna kill us.
It's only what you deserve, really. But...
Oh, shush.
So I'm just gonna
Even-
continue throwing things.
Even in the picture of the tarot cards I took, you're there, just crouched, waiting. Your hands are there, ready just to grab it.
Yeah. Right, I'm off because it's gonna fucking kill us.
You didn't take a picture of the ghost.
No, I didn't, but I got an interaction. Right, has everyone got it circled?
Yeep.
Ready?
No.
Yep.
You're just being a pain in the bum, you.
I haven't got a circle, man.
Well, hurry up then.
I can't believe you killed me straight away. Oh.
Yeah, panda.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Isn't this fun? Alright, I promise I'll not do it again.
I don't believe you.
No, I pinky swear.
Alright then.
However,
Northern girls are the same.
I do believe one of you will try and get revenge, so...
No.
I
I ain't
wouldn't
that
do
petty.
a thing like that.
That face was for both of those.
What?
I wouldn't do a thing like that. I'm not that petty. It's like,
I assume I'm not petty.
it's like, you see these wrinkles not born yesterday. Mm-mm.
let's see what we find.
Excuse-moi. You got a nice ass, Panda.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, Ouija board.
Now, see, I definitely wouldn't use that because I won't even touch it in a game.
Ouija board's quite good. They tell you where they are.
Don't care. Ouija boards are Ouija boards. I am literally inbuilt to never touch a fucking Ouija board. Bella, get out from under the desk.
Oh, I found the bone.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah, upstairs bathroom.
No worries.
Oh, I think I found the ghost as well.
Ooh!
I'm just getting, like, breath. Is there
Look-
anyone there?
Midget King on top form.
Are you there?
Which bathroom?
In that one there.
I'm just following it. Oh, there's breath
Are
out
you
here.
friendly?
I think it's in the corridor.
Yeah. You are correct, Amundo.
Thanks.
Fuck yeah.
The door just slammed behind me.
Champion.
Oh, was it good?
Love that.
Oh! Oh, just in front of me. Is there a ghost here?
Yes.
Somewhere.
Are you a wank puffin?
Probably.
Puffin. That's a new one.
Make a noise if you can hear us.
Ah!
Okay, Panda, let me rephrase. Not you, the ghost. I apologize, Ghost. We're with a Wazik, I'm sorry. Are you friendly? Nah, that's not working on that one. Oh, I got 5 bars EMF though.
Ooh, nice.
I don't think it's UV.
The fact I can see that UV light in the ceiling downstairs. They really need to get this.
I've just had this door open by itself.
Yeah, I think it's in the entire landing. Because there's breath over here as well.
Are you here?
You want to put another crucifix in the middle of this landing, but yeah, then.
Yeah, I'll go get it.
Are you friendly?
I don't know why, but I feel like you move quicker when you're crouched and you run.
Yeah, it's like a
Are you there?
FOV thing.
Are you here?
Another good
Huey.
one, mate, is how old are you? How old are you? That's usually another.
How
one
old
they-
are you?
They answer to most of the time.
Yeah. Where
it's
are
just- it's
you
not-
and how old are you?
Let me leave and see. Just leave him in a Panda.
I need to put the crucifix down.
I'll leave him behind.
Literally,
How
as I
old are
put the
you?
crucifix down, the wood chimes went off. You would not have been alright.
Where are
I
you?
just,
Nah, it's not having it with the EMF, like.
No.
EPV, sorry. I'll try and piss it off. Are you a little bitch?
yes.
Some of them
not
just
responding.
react to speech in general.
Yeah, that one wasn't having that. So, I've got EMF. What does your lanterns do?
Those lanterns down there are like incense, so if you've not got any of the smudge. This one here, if you light it, so you'll have to grab a lighter, put it down on the floor and the spirit will blow it out.
Okay.
To you too. I think we might have a freezing. It's going to like 0.5 and stuff, but
Yeah, I'm just picking up 0.9 there.
I'm just going to preemptive. So if that is the case, it's Jin, Shade, Oni, or Twins. I'm not getting ghost orbs.
Oh, I'm hearing.
Oh. It's hunting. Hide. Oh, it's coming towards.
Oh shit!
Yeah, there we go. It stopped fighting. Hunting now. But it got done.
Yeah, I know. Have you seen how I died?
Oh God, however.
I died fabulous.
What's happening?
I got molested.
Yes, you did.
it might not be freezing now, you know?
Did you get a picture of him?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Oh shit.
I just saw that run into that room after him.
I'm dead.
Oh great. Well, the crucifix is having zero effect on it.
Where were you hiding there?
Behind you in the fucking bathroom.
Oh,
I was having a shit.
Where did you die?
In the toilet back here. Down the hallway. That's it.
I think I'm gonna die, you know.
Next door. Yeah, that door. Yeah, that door. And in this door. And I was on the toilet.
Literally. Why is it not having... What doesn't get affected by a crucifix?
All of them do. They're just
something
not in the
not
right
nice.
place.
So we've got EMF level 5. I think that was it, wasn't it? Because nothing on the spirit box.
It's definitely not a
No
wraith.
dots.
Because it's walk
No
for the
ghost
soul.
orb. Did you get any ghost writing?
No.
Ooh.
The book.
So I thought it was going to go freezing temperatures, but it didn't quite.
Yeah, I wish one back up.
I got something on the parabolic. Will you fuck off? It's going a bit mental, like. I got something on the parabolic. Why didn't it count?
What did it sound like?
Beeps.
No. It's got to be like paranormal noise, like whispering or...
See, this is why it's helpful to have those microphones, because then I can just leave them and they go towards a parabolic.
They do, so I don't think they do.
They do. I've ended up getting them on the like ticking off a parabolic just by leaving them on there.
I'll put some on next one then.
Thanks. Although I don't know what it is yet.
Where the fuck is she?
So it's a Jin, a Shade, and Oni are the twins. I don't think it's the twins. Mind you, it did manifest quite quickly. Hi, Guy. How are you?
I got it. Carry on playing, I'll do it.
Thank you. Right, so... Could it be a djinn? Travels faster if its victim is far away.
And nacho cheese and pure sulfuric acid. What if the world was made of
Where do squirrels go for a frickin' hurricane? These are questions you gotta answer. Why doesn't anybody?
Did you share the link to Cyber that I sent you? Oh, with the flattering articles of clothing? No, not yet.
She never know.
They're harder to find. Will not enter hunt if there are people nearby. Well, it's definitely not a shade then, because every time we were grouped together, it went mental. So it's not a shade. I don't think it's going to be dots, because I've not seen anything on dots yet. I don't particularly think it's going to be ghost writing or ultraviolet. Well, it can't be ghost writing because it's not a shade. I don't think it's a shade. I told him we went shopping. Yes, we did. So it's either Jin or the twins. I'm voting twins myself.
Well, you gotta go back in there and have a look first, haven't you?
I know. So it's either ultraviolet or spirit box. So, what have I got?
Well, I
Sure.
never got anywhere on the spirit box. But feel free.
I will give it a try.
Why are we ruling out dots?
I haven't seen any yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'll freeze the dot things in place. You're very welcome for the shouties. How was your stream? I've got you tabbed upstairs. Where'd I put the dots? Right there. Something's beeping.
Yeah, man, probably.
So what did I say it was going to be? Ultraviolet or spirit box? I don't think it's ultraviolet.
Don't think it's spirit box. It's a bit of a weird one. Just start shouting abuse at it. See what happens.
Yeah.
Do you wish that you loved me?
Good day. Had to show up the bass plays a bit. Nice. How's your weekend been?
Do you wish that you loved me? I can just see your arm coming for the wall.
Hi, Gracel. How are you, my lovely?
Oh,
I got it.
I'm sure they were all mumbling, all the squares make a circle. Thank you, love.
I did it! Oh my god, I did it! Ah, 5th time's the try! Let's go! Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was here. I was here. Thank you guys, thank you for the GG. I did it.
You got any idea where it is?
oh,
No,
it's
Uh-oh.
laughing in here.
it's hunting.
Did you just? Oh, it's in here. It's wandering down the stairs.
Your face.
Panda, where are you?
I'm hiding in the cupboard. I've been
God, you've
back
got hella
playing
buggies.
World. Ooh. Who's got hella buggies?
Your character. Oh my god. You've got some white nashes on you.
Well, yeah.
Turkey teeth.
Yeah.
It's a
Is it finished?
Weirdly round
so.
eyeballs.
How are you today? I'm good, thank you. How are you? I hope you're doing well. How's your weekends going? I think it's in that room. Oh, fuck's sake. You go away? Oh, no.
Oh, do not shut that thing. She's right there.
Yeah, just shut the door.
You just walked into
No.
it. Oh, she's after you.
I've run out of fucking incense!
Oh, she's coming down the stairs, Panda. Where are you?
Oh my god, how
hiding.
is she not? Go and hide behind the cabinet over here. Behind.
Shh.
We're in the basement right now. Oh, she's gone.
Is it done?
Yeah.
Let me out! Oh my goodness!
So what evidence have we got so far? EMF?
EMF.
It's been weird today. I couldn't watch
shade.
any
I'm telling
Twitch
you, it's a
streams.
shade.
Oh?
It's not leaving any evidence. It's not doing any evidence. It's a shade.
Should we just
But
go for shit?
the thing is, though, what you need for a shade, not dots, not orbs. You need ghostwriting for a shade. I've got EMF and freezing so far.
Yeah, you need ghostwriting,
Oh,
but
you got freezing as well?
Well, I just put freezing down when you said it was at 0 point something.
yeah, no, it didn't go. It went straight back up again.
Well, fine, then either way it's potentially going to be a shade.
I'm saying shade because even it doesn't leave evidence that often. It doesn't interact with stuff that often. And especially if you're in the house, it won't interact with stuff. So it might do it. Stay out the house for a little bit, and then go back in and have a look. See if it does it then. Because you've got 2 things you can inject before you go back in.
Hang on. What am I missing? Sorry, guys, I'm trying not to die.
You're safe, you're in the van.
Then found out it's my internet. It works for everything else other than... Oh. Are they, like, restricting your Twitch access or something? That's weird.
Out like the moon and out like the hound, a dangerous disposition somehow.
See, why did I cross off shade again as an option? I can't remember. I'll have to look it up.
You said it because there was too many of us around that it doesn't hunt.
Yeah, that was the thing. It said it won't go into a hunt if there are more people. It was going mental when we were all together. And it was flinging things all over the fucking joint at the start. Oh, Amy's ringing us. I'd say it's twins. Right, 2 seconds, guys. I need to be right back screen. I'm getting a phone call. Hi. Sorry.
Why?
God,
So yeah,
about time, Panda. God.
I know. Shocking.
we were just discussing, if you heard.
Hmm.
The room is either moved.
Yeah, I think it's gone into the bathroom at the end of the corridor.
So if that's the case, you're gonna have to start all over again.
Should we just
And
try
find where the room
shade?
is. And well, it's up to you. You can try what you get. People just need to guess. I'm going Oni now. I'm guessing what Oni.
Oni's not even an option. Well, there's
Oh, no, it
there's definitely not ghost orbs. And I know if it's moved, there might be ghost orbs in the room or not.
Well, I'll tell you what, come pick up one of the temps. See if you can find if it does actually go freezing. That'll narrow it down a big bit. They never actually went minus.
I'm gonna have to wait for me sanity to build.
What do you want that for?
So I don't die.
Excuses.
I'm trying to survive, man.
Oh, I think he's left.
Who?
He's not on here anymore. On the team sanity.
Oh. Has your internet died?
Never said he left.
No, he'd tell us if he'd left. Oh, his PC's just froze.
Oh. Go then, Panda, into the house. Mush.
Okay.
Forward.
Onward! To victory! I don't think it's international because I can watch you fine right now. Oh, at least there's that. Right, where am I going?
Well, my temperature thing's by my body in front of us. Might be worth picking that up.
Oh, it's like 20 degrees in here.
Oh, it's definitely moving.
Yeah.
Remember, you have to hold X down on this one to get it to work.
No, I know. It's fun. 13, 15. There's Amy back. 20 in this room.
What was that scream?
No, that's Bella barking.
Oh. All I said was, ah!
Oh, yeah. Oh, minus. Yeah, it's in this room.
Oh, minus. Right,
Yeah.
so Jin, Shade, Oni are the twins. Don't think it's the twins. Could you chuck a book in here?
Yep. Just putting a crucifix. I was putting a crucifix down, but it decided no.
No, it's here. It is down.
It was. It just moved towards us. Right, so we've got minus in that room.
And then, what was it? If you get the book, that would secure it. If it's ghostwriting, then it's a shade.
Book. Incense.
So what's the incense do? Just piss them off?
Tries to block the hunting.
Slows them down. Stops them from going after you at the time.
Fuck you.
No fucking.
Oh!
It tried to hunt.
Oh, it's a book! The book's writing. Therefore, it is a shade.
Oh, that's so good. So good.
Didn't doubt you for a second, Poppet.
I doubted myself because I started thinking it was an Oni.
The only thing is, like...
Yeah,
That
you
was
can't
really
take that
aggressive for a
stuff
shade.
for gospel.
Yeah, no.
The stuff in the book is what they usually.
Okay, we can leave now. Oh no, do I only need one more photo? Ah.
Yeah, but you haven't done the objectives, though, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. And you've only got a
fine,
1-star photo there as well.
Terror. I know, Bella. I know she's back. I'm gonna lurk now, Panda. Have a good rest of your stream. Good night. Thank you for popping in, my dear. I appreciate you. And I hope you sleep well. Sorry, I know I'm not very interactive with chat. I'm terrified of dying. So we're gonna have to hop out and then hop back in?
If you want all my stuff again, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me load it up again.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh god.
Oh, I've got some stuff.
You do?
Mainly
So
bombs.
you can go into the store. I hate when this thing pops up every time. And you can manage your equipment and buy better.
I think it's that pops up all the time because you're on all loadout and not on a specific one. So you see it says loadout 1 and 2.
Yeah.
If you go on that and on them, it might not pop up every time.
Let us know your code whenever you're ready.
Just loading it. Create room, private, create.
Manage that one. That one. That one. That
You ready?
one.
Yep.
347
347
413.
13. Lovely jubbly.
Boom.
I've gathered a list of other hunters asking for help.
I will do my best, Gee. I will do my best. How are the cats doing?
Oh. You asking me?
No, I'm asking Gee. This chair hates us. I have a chair up on my throne now. Which I'm, like, slowly putting towards. So we should have a good chair soon. We should. Hopefully.
Anyway, I got a sound sensor on now as well.
Thank you. Getting big. Ink is a shoulder cuddler. Oh. Buttons. You helped us get Sheba Beard, so I refuse to deny you any form of buttons or anything now. You want to press buttons? I have no control. You got us Sheba Beard. Free pass. Right, let's have a look. Nope. That was me. Ooh, wall. Ah, still wall. Oh god. You didn't even fucking use it and that happened.
What?
What's that?
Yeah! As soon as you grabbed that mirror, all I heard was ah.
Yes, that's what the noise the mirror makes.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's in this room.
Crucifix down.
I'm trying to find it.
That's fine. I will kit out the room.
Now we got.
Need one of them. Need one of them. Need one of them.
Are you there? Oh, ghost writing.
Ooh, yay!
Nice.
Are you here? How old are you?
33.
Where are you?
Down far from their home.
Oh,
yeah,
that was, yep. I don't have a camera on his mind.
That's fine.
I'll go get one though.
Blow out a firelight and powerball it.
Well, I'll put the sound thing down for the parabolic.
I'm using one at the moment anyway, so.
Oh well.
But you can still put it down, obviously.
No, I know. Camera. Right, so what have we got so far? We've got ghostwriting.
And voice.
Voice.
Spirit box.
So it could still be EMF, could still be ultraviolet, could still be freezing. No, could still be any of them. Of course it could be. I'm gonna say it's not orbs because I haven't seen one, but I will wait.
So I can't find this bone.
Sometimes, mate, they're the worst to find.
Especially with these decorations.
I can hear you walking on the van.
Sorry.
With the parabolic, I can hear you walking on the van.
Right, I'm coming in.
I've got 2 EMF levels, but not at 5.
No, I got a 3.
Oh, there. Oh.
What?
Oh, shit.
Is it full 5?
No.
It was everything 5.
What, so we got an EMF 5?
Well, it's only 4 on that one.
Oh. How comfy is that chair? It's meant to be really good. And I've got like a shit ton of... excuse me. A shit ton of blankets and stuff.
Oh, I've got 4, but it's going haywire.
Oh god.
Oh, God. Instantly got murdered there.
I mean, at least I'll survive now. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
I'm gonna die.
You can do it, Panda, you can do it!
Yeah, she just stood there humming.
I know, I could hear her. There's a crucifix in there. Why isn't it working? I'm sick of this crucifix not working bullshit, mind.
That wasn't me throwing things, by the way.
You're not both dead, are you?
No, I'm in the van.
Oh, thank God for that.
I'm led there. Do you know what? Looks like I've been handcuffed.
Could be a poltergeist.
EMF, no, UV.
Oh, UV is a poltergeist?
And I don't have a fucking camera on us.
Yeah, it is a poltergeist.
Yeah. Oh God. Stop trying to
Come
hunt.
out and jab up.
But it's meant to be comfy.
Looks like a lazy boy thing, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And it's meant to be wide enough so I'd be able to, like, sit cross-legged and stuff. Right. I'm not going to get a picture of the UV now. Oh, well, I might actually.
I might do it again.
Yeah, it might. Hang on. I'll get more salt. There's already UV in there. I've got a camera on us now. I'm jabbed up. I've put the speaker down, so hopefully we'll get parabolic. Oh, wait. Why isn't it... Oh, because it is just parabolic. Never mind. There you go. Did you turn it off?
No, it's
No.
on.
There you go. That's better.
Yeah. Yeah, but you've got to... We want to cover in the whole house.
I didn't know it could get that far. Right, okay.
I have the actual parabolic. And then I'm going to take a smudge.
I have another crucifix.
Why bother? It didn't do me any favors.
I know. Right, I'm gonna try. Is that you in there?
Oh, my body there. Yes, that's me dead. Oh, there you go. UV right below you.
Yeah, I got it. I got the photo.
Yeah, you can take a of the footprint and the salt as well, mind.
I did.
Oh, okay.
See, dead body, disturbed salt. Disturbed salt.
Yeah, what about the UV footprints?
I did get a UV footprint. And now I've got more UV footprint.
Nice. Nice. Nothing else matters.
Did we get the book? No.
Yeah, it was it. Yeah. So we've got ultraviolet, ghost writing, and spirit box. So it's a poltergeist.
God of the book.
Well, I looked through the pictures and it didn't say there was a book. Because it's just bright white. Oh no. I thought you were the ghost.
It is handed.
Oh no, I can't hide in there. Ah.
Oh, it's coming through. It's in that room and it's angry. Oh god, it's on the hunt.
Oh no, it got me. It got me. What are you? I don't even know. Oh, you're the kid. I'm dead. I'm in the cupboard.
Wait. Which one?
That you've just walked into me.
Oh no, that's me. I'm the dead one.
Oh. My bad. So I'm in the cupboard in the main bedrooms, like next to the baby room. I'm just standing there. We can delete one of them photos if you want.
Yeah, to me, you're actually literally someone's rammed your head into the wall and you just bent over double.
Oh, I got a 1-star dead body. You have to delete the 2 of them.
Right. So the way you delete the photos, Dan, is if you go into the photos part of your thing, you've got to press the tick on the 2 that currently have the option of deleting, because tick means yes, delete it.
Oh, so tick and tick. There you go.
Yep.
Yes.
It's because I had the camera out. So technically I had electronics on us. So how are you meant to get a 3-star of my body?
I don't know.
Maybe stand out here and take it?
I'll try it now. We can't delete it now, so... Nope, where am I going?
I don't know. Where are you going? I don't know why I sound like a farmer.
That's all.
I don't know. Oh, no.
No, I didn't even count.
You just got a picture of my butt.
See, on mine, I just got a picture of an arm in the wall.
Oh, see, I've got a picture of an arse. And a wall.
Well, that on mine, that's a very nice picture of your booty.
Right, if we got poltergeist circled, yeah?
Yep.
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Just forgot what it
Find
was.
that phone, like.
I think some of them are hidden in the stuff.
Yeah, they are. So annoying.
Do you want to try a different map or the same one?
Well, it's only the first two. Otherwise, we're going on the maps that are massive.
And the farmhouse. Is the farmhouse massive, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
Right, it's like a medium-sized map. Even though it says it's only 13 rooms,
Uh-huh.
it's quite big.
Does outside
Right on.
count?
I'm down for something.
Oh, we'll try it next time.
Does outside count as a room?
No. I don't think outside does, but there is a part where there's like a separate house.
Oh.
I don't know the farmhouse very well,
Hmm.
so don't really go on it. Because it is poo poo caca. It's too dark. I found the bone, by the way.
Woo!
Oh, sweet. Trying to find the room now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's your head. Anything below 5 degrees is relative is the ghost room as well.
Oh, there's someone in circle.
Nice. I'll come in to take a picture of it in a minute. It's in the basement, yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna have an ad in a minute, just so you know. Anyone that gets them.
Oh, yeah, this one. Behind you, did it? Yeah, this one. That's
Oh,
it.
you're in there, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Go and get that summoning circle.
Oh, there's ghost
Are you
orbs.
here?
Yay, there's ghost orbs.
Yeah, that's can be annoying though, because it can still be a mimic.
I know.
Oh, and the book. What's writing?
I think it can still be a mimic.
How old are
Let me see
you?
what Oh no, I can't. That's okay then.
Where are you? Are you friendly?
No.
Are you friendly?
Right, camera, secondary dots.
I got UV installed.
Parabolic.
Power public.
Parabolic.
Yeah,
Might be the
don't
name of
think
my
it's
next
going to respond to
character.
the...
Nope.
Are you here? Yeah, it's not having that one.
Sometimes, mate, it could take ages for them to respond.
Oh. It's doing
I don't
something.
think it's you. I don't think it's UV.
Are you here?
Right, hang on. I'll leave now I've set these up.
I'll have to leave if you wanna. Oh, we did. Let me get a picture.
Are you here?
Yeah, wait till we get up the house, mate. It's best. You gotta be actually gotta be out of the house, which is really weird. I don't get it myself. Right, click on me. We're out now.
Right.
They're
So
good.
ghost orb.
Oh, there's some chatter there.
Writing.
Are you here?
Oh.
Oh, shit!
No, it's alright. You're alright. There's an event.
It's not a hunt. Yeah. However, I can't see. It shut out
Yeah,
my
she's-
camera.
Shut the door on us.
Oh, now it's
Can't
hunting.
see it yet. Yeah, now it is. Yeah.
And it's on the...
Got the power public. I'm gonna go and cleanse it when this is done. It's done. Is he dead?
Are you still alive?
I'm still alive. I'm just hiding in a cupboard.
Well done. It's done. You're safe.
Okay. That was unpleasant. I got a bit of reading on the EMF before. I think that was because it appeared. At the minute, it was only getting like 4 bars.
I just got. We should have all the objectives now. I've just got the parabolic as well. It whispered sweet nothings in my ear. I loved it.
Oh, how nice of it.
Have you got pictures of all the salt it's walked through?
Yeah. Yeah, we need 3 more pictures. Got a semi-circle, got a bone. Yeah, so we just need 3 more pictures. I'll bring another salt in and we'll get them.
Did you get a picture of the book?
Yeah.
Hang on, so what have we got? We've only got ghostwriting and dots, yeah?
Yeah.
Dots.
Not dots.
No, I went with dots.
Orbs.
Ghost writing and ghost orb.
Oh, minus freezing.
So it's a revenant.
minus that.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a revenant. Just gotta wait for one more picture now.
Potentially going to be
What
my
was
corpse.
Should be alright, there's 2 crucifixes in there. Yeah, there we go. Bam.
Run.
Well done. Perfect. Perfect hunt. If we all get out now, that'd be perfect.
Coming through, bitches!
Alright, sweet.
Watch me crawl. I have Revenant circled. We're missing 1 photo.
Oh! I'll go back in now.
It's doing shit in the large blue bedroom at the minute.
Yeah, watch my sanity down.
Just shoot up. None of the rest of us need to go in.
Yeah. Take a. Go on, I'll take another one of them, and I'll take an incense in. I'll be
And
back!
we'll just stand here and potentially watch you die.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Fucking boop. Bye. That was good.
If you've burned it, you can't hang it back up, dude.
Yeah, it's deed. So you just circle and drop it. Yeah.
Are they all 3-star, yeah? Yeah! Perfect investigation!
Whoop, whoop.
Nice.
Boom. We did get the boat, didn't we?
Far as I know. I don't get how the pictures show up different for each of us. Like you would have got a picture of the bone there. I literally just had a picture of floor.
Yeah.
But it had
scary
remains. Remains have been found. I'm like, what? The remains of the laminate? What remains?
Oh, we've got igniter and firelight. Awesome.
Nice. Ooh, farmhouse. They should be fun. We're going down.
It's fucking 8.
Oh god.
It's so dark.
Well, you've got headlamps. It's fine.
They won't make a blind bit of
I
difference.
crashed.
Oh
my
no.
It's just me and you, Panda.
Let's go. Well, you've still got the code for the join room, so you can just join the next one.
If I remember the code, yes.
Touche. Yeah.
Right.
We can read your code back out here.
7413, I think. But you won't be able to join yet. Hide your spot there. Right by the door.
Yeah, just
And
whenever
just-
you're ready, just send it, like, say it, tell us the code.
This is creepy as shit.
I hate this level.
I was looking forward
So
to the
much.
farmhouse as well.
We'll go back on it, mate. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
As much as I really don't want to go back on it, we'll go back on it.
I just want to have a look round.
Yeah. Well, you can't see much, so you won't see much.
Just put your head torch on, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, head torch on. I can't see fucking 2 foot in front of me.
Get a camera
This is
then.
the okay.
I can
you can't
see
both
fine.
walk around with a camera. Yeah, because you're looking for night vision.
Exactly.
Cheater.
Not cheater, it's part of what I need to do.
Where's the bloody stairs?
The fuck was that?
Oh,
What?
it's the top of the stairs,
Okay.
which is not too bad because it's easy to get back out to outside. Just straight down the stairs and then straight out the door. Nice.
Oh, like even over here. Okay.
No, you hypnotize me.
Right, so another one of them.
Excuse me.
Another one of these. Probably want one of them, to be fair.
Got your head torch.
I know.
You could maybe check out on the floor facing the front door.
Yeah,
In the room you're in, like just what come in. Like
that's
as soon as we
the
walk
plan.
in. So we can see downstairs a little bit better. It's not walking through the salt.
So it could be a wraith.
Hmm. What is it?
A ghost.
EMF 5, spirit box and dots. Oh no, let's go for the salt. No UV though.
No UV.
You might have to do the spirit box because mine never fucking works.
That's fine, I don't mind doing that.
What was the last time I did? I just got molested.
What do we need to do? Check the motion sensor. Horrible ones. Oh, I got EMF. And I check a motion sensor in as well.
Right. So far, I'd say there's definitely no orbs. So we've got no UV.
Oh, I checked UV. Yeah, no UV. Minus, freezing. I'm thinking shade.
Freezing.
Shut the back.
Any ghost writing at all?
Not
No.
yet, no, but it does take a while to do stuff for shade, so. And then we got EMF 5.
Now we've got a spirit box.
Do something, yeah. Oh. You listen to me. Thank you.
Do something, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
What?
I just had an EMF thing and it wasn't, it's only a 2. Let's leave that there a minute. Ba-na-na-na. Will be mine.
I'm not getting anything on spirit box yet.
Try shouting if you said it.
I've got it set so my microphone isn't actually on.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you can have it like so it's like text.
Yeah.
Comes up. It's good, but you can't walk around when you're doing it. That's the only downside to it.
No.
Ah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I've been able to walk around doing it once, but I don't know how I glitched it.
Hmm. I'm just looking for the bone.
There's still no ghost writing. I'll go get the other book just in case.
It's a big area, so.
Yeah.
Maybe the ghost can't read.
It's possible. Like, gives you best finger painting.
No, last time I used his fingers, it stuck him in
You
my eyes.
might want to shoot up once as well.
Yeah. On it!
Oh, it just tried to hunt.
Oh. You got a picture of it?
Yeah. Just a picture of it.
It's not triggered anything on the camera.
Found the bone.
Woo! Oh, it's the parabolic's going off. Mind you, you're upstairs, so yeah.
Yeah.
You want to shoot up as well?
Yeah, I will now when I come back out. Fucking there's -8, -9.2 in you. Jesus.
Oh,
Sorry.
well, in that case,
How old are
what's the
you?
one? What's the one that really reacts to?
Hand to normal. That's an option. No. Oh, I'm to click freezing temp.
Oh, right, I can hear it.
No, it's not.
I'm sure I just heard it.
Upset?
No,
Upset?
I know.
Nope. You on? You on? You on?
I'm gonna
on.
get the ghost to hunt you.
You don't know what I item is. You get it, so you can see if it works. So what can it still be? Revenant is right in. Maroi. What? Why have I got ghostwriting tick?
Don't know.
So all we've got is freezing temps, isn't it? And no UV.
Yeah.
And no ghost orbs.
Mhm.
Shade only. Shade, I'm saying already. Twins. EMF 5 spirit hot. Shade. Ghostwriting EMF 5. Oni. Freezing temps dot EMF 5.
I'm probably gonna die. Oh, why are the lights on?
I turned the lights on downstairs.
Oh. I nearly had a heart attack.
Why didn't you shoot up before you went back in?
Trying to kick the habit. Oh, ghostwriting!
It is. Nice. Shade. I'm saying shade. Off the bat. We need the EMF 5 or spirit box. Looking for support. Muted though. Haha, loves you. Did you see that?
Hi, Sonar! I've just seen it there. Thank you!
What should I play tomorrow? On stream?
I don't know.
Oh, by the way, Kylo's ill.
Is he? What's wrong now?
Don't know. He's all bunged up. It sounds like it's on his chest. So I'm gonna try and take him out of hours before he goes away tomorrow. If he still goes away.
Jesus.
Fucking great. She just said he threw up everywhere just now. Well, about 10:15, 11:15 he threw up. But that's
And he's
usually 'cause
bunged up.
coughing. It's usually because he's coughing, because phlegm on his chest and stuff. Usually just throws up then.
I hope he's alright.
Oh, he'll be alright. Gets chesty stuff all the time. Because of his asthma and stuff.
Well, outside of... Oh. That's a 2, and now it's written the other box. The other book, even.
You got a camera? Take
Oh,
pictures?
5. 5.
I'm fucking
called it. I'm a fucking G.
You take pictures of the book? You ain't got a camera.
I did.
Oh, good girl.
See? Stop
You
saying
can't
that.
get perfect in. What? What?
Ta-da! Right, so EMF 5.
Tis a shame.
Yeah. Ta-da! Is Dan still here?
I am still here.
Woo!
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
It was.
Well.
347-413.
I'm gonna have to end stream, but I will still stay in the game. But I need to go and read.
Who are you reading?
I don't know yet. But I shall mute and deafen and be back momentarily.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you lovely bunch. Shall we go find someone to read? Thank you everyone for being here. I'm terribly sorry I haven't been as chatty as usual. I know I'm normally a lot more chatty with you, but I kind of get in the zone and I don't want to die. You know what I mean? Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you greatly. So let's have a look. Who can we raid, I wonder? Do. Raid, let's have a look. Well, I suppose it depends. Do we want to stick with Phasmo or do we just want to go... Oh, never mind. I know who I'm going to raid. Forget I asked a question. Forget. I'm going to go see Harold. So here are our raid messages, as always.
Lino, you want to pop in?
Not rivals.
Not rivals? Okay.
Fair. No, nice try. Haha, you almost got me.
Yeah, oh, wait.
You're not getting me this time, you sly devil, you!
Exactly.
Exactly.
Just the way you said that line, it was just perfect.
So Harold is doing his community night right now. And he is playing Dale and Dawson Stationery Supplies. But he's going to have a mixture of people in his channel. And we love Harold, so we're going to show him some support. And he's just started a hype train, so even more reason to go and see Harold. So thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for sticking around while I play this game and nearly died a lot. We shall see you tomorrow for God of War. Indeed we shall. But until then, thank you. I appreciate you.